can you quickly just repeat like the different areas that we want to make sure we look at? Or like, I know like you in the webinar you started with the payroll and W-2s. Do you just have like a quick list of those certain areas that we just want to make sure we take an extra look at?
Okay, so in payroll, we want to make sure that we've confirmed all data for 2006 has been entered. We've reviewed our payroll batch register to make sure all batches have been released and posted. We've reconciled our payroll accounts and payroll with GL. We can use the account distribution and the GL trial balance. We've printed our period end reports, the 941 quarterly tax worksheet, the unemployment tax worksheet, and the earnings and deductions report. And then we should be able, once we've done those audits, to close payroll for the year. Okay? If we're in AP, we want to make sure that we've printed our period-sensitive aged AP reports, our check register, our AP, you can do the regular AP batch. You want to make sure that you've released all your batches. Review open accounts payable files. So if you want to be very proactive, you can always close down your vendors. You want to review and print your AP batch register report and review statuses. That's what's going to tell you whether or not you're on hold, whether you've got suspended batches, whether you've got balanced batches that you haven't processed yet. You'll want to post transactions to the GL. So if you're on auto posting, it's going to go all the way up. If not, make sure you go into the release AP batch screen and just make sure there's nothing in there. You want to tie both the vendor period trial balance and the AP period sensitive aged AP reports to the GL trial balance report. You want to confirm that you've got any recurring entries have been generated and released. Finally, you want to print the check register once you've processed all your checks, and you can print your AP reports. Then you're ready to close AP. For Project Controller, we want to make sure all data has been entered for the current period. We want to make sure all other modules have been closed. Typically, we want to make sure we've closed everything else before we close Project Controller, so that once we're done with Project Controller, especially allocations are done, and we want to review time cards. We want to make sure we've completed the processes for labor commitment load, GL labor posting, pay labor interface. We want to make sure we've reviewed expense reports. And then most importantly, and you can run this as many times as possible, we want you to make sure that you've done the financial transaction transfer process. Complete any revenue recognition and allocation processes that you normally go through. Execute the billing transaction load, but that's only for those people that are in that have flexible billing or using complete your invoice if you're using flexible billing, and then close the period.